All right, guys, time to slop it up on the Papa Got Leftovers channel. That's what this is probably going on. And if it doesn't, then go subscribe to that. I don't know. And if it does, make sure you're subscribed, because you might not be. You might just be in your algorithm. Anyway, it's called the Asmongold situation is insane for MorePegasus. You know, we talked about this on the main channel already. I'm curious about MorePegasus. MorePegasus's take. Let's see what we got here.
Welcome back to a series, so please.
I just will say one thing, man. This guy's channel is so weird. It's just like this huge anti-Hasan, pro-Asmongold. I could take the anti-Hasan, but the pro-Asmongold shit, weird as fuck. Definitely just so childish. What a channel, you know? You should be anti both of them, but more anti-Asmongold because he's a worse person. That's
Even Kaya subscribed in today's video. Hasan is going viral for being one of the most disliked people on the internet.
Oh, what is that from?
Hasan is going viral for being one of the most disliked people on the internet. He has responded very mad.
Is Rakai, like, who are the people that made this list where, like, Rakai is on that list? I'm very confused.
At drama channels for tanking his reputation. You're welcome. Hasan is getting canceled by Democrats.
Well, that's his own fault for ruining his reputation, you know? For
criticizing Trump, calling him Hitler, while doing absolutely nothing to stop him.
I'm not understanding what that means. You're saying he should kill him? I don't understand what that means.
Asmongold has responded to the Meat Canyon video and calls out Hasan for his schizo tendencies, seeing politics in everything. He points out Hasan's
what? Doesn't Asmongold do the exact same thing?
Reddit being very mad at Meat Canyon. Asmon has official.
What the fuck is this? Is this the Asmongold Hasan Def Noodles? What is happening here?
We've been banned on Twitch. Apparently, it's because of his edgy statements about, quote, third worlders. He has responded.
It's because he's racist and he fucking says like derogatory shit about people that he thinks are less than him, even though he shares all of their values. So,
in a video explaining the supposed context, he claims he was talking about criminals and evil people who support child marriage rather.
Well, that's kind of what Asmongold does, right? He has no negative words about the Epstein file situation, so.
Than everyone from a certain geography, he doubles down and
that is an interesting retelling of that situation, but okay.
Refuses to apologize, instead asking Twitch to apologize to him. Bruh. He points out the double standard that Hasan can have edgy statements about Americans without getting banned. Hasan has responded creaming himself. Subscribe or you gotta listen to me sing Juice WRLD. Too late.
Dude, this is horrible. What the fuck is this? What am I listening to right now? Did I actually want to watch this? Like, what is this? Is terrible.
Rotting my brain. Love. These hoes are the same. You're cocked.
Dude, how old is this guy? What the fuck is this? I think this dude's 24 years old. This is fucking horrible. Oh my god. What the fuck? Okay.
Let's up those numbers! Now let's begin. Right, welcome back everybody. Hasan is now going viral for being one of the most disliked people on the internet, which is
this like a recap of the day? Hasan Asmongold recap of the day? What the fuck?
Is definitely an achievement, I will say. Congratulations, Hasan. And obviously, he's malding about it. So it all started here. Giddy's most...
He sounds like if Nux had smaller balls. That's fucking crazy, bro.
Unlikable people on the internet tier list is going viral on the timeline.
Who's Giddy?
The most unlikable people tier list just dropped. After that performance in the new MrBeast video, they ranked Rakai #1 after Hasan. Right, we got hated that Rakai, the IRL streamer, insufferable.
It's interesting that you have a sex trafficking rapist, Andrew Tate, on this list. That's more like, I just don't understand how I don't. Okay. Very interesting. We live in a very interesting time where like that is somebody that we're like, yeah, I really hate that. I widely dislike this sex trafficking rapist, but you know what I like less? The fucking loser Hasan streamer. That's just so much worse. Like, what the fuck is happening right now?
And Diddy Pika, unbearable. We got Jack Doherty, Neon, widely disliked, Andrew Tate, Destiny.
I'm so interesting. So Hasan is Diddy. I understand where the meme comes from. Okay. But Andrew Tate, sex trafficking rape guy, no words about him. Okay, very interesting.
Piers Morgan, clavicular, and tolerable Aiden Ross and Jake Paul. So obviously a random meme opinion tier list. This isn't like the official stats or anything.
Yeah, no kidding, huh?
Otherwise, there would be an entirely new tier for Hasan that puts him 16 tiers above everybody else.
Andrew Tate, sex trafficking raped girls. I don't understand. Where do these opinions come from? I just don't get it. It's just confusing to me. Hearing these things, they seem very terminally online to me. Like, what the fuck?
Right, so Hasan's mad. We are in a spiritual and intellectual crisis. People really have to stop getting their news coverage from crypto casino-funded drama channels.
This really is, like, the problem is that, like, I don't care that you guys are like, well, Hasan's a loser, because he is. But then it's like, yeah, Hasan, Diddy, Parker, and Andrew Tate, the guy. That's that guy, Andrew Tate. Remember that guy? Yeah, he's a rapist, right? Like, he has his entire war room Discord is about how to groom girls. What are we doing here? I don't understand. Like, you guys are freaks. It's actual freak shit. And no opinion from this fucking guy about that, though.
Of course. Yes, of course. Nobody can organically hate Hasan. It must be some crypto gambler. They're getting the news from drama channels, apolitical centric.
Well, there's a little bit going for him, considering you guys have nothing to say about actual, like, horrible people that, like you guys are aware that Andrew Tate was on house arrest in Romania, right? And then he got off that house arrest because the Trump administration pressured Romania. And then when he came here, Florida was going after him. And then the Trump administration pressured Florida to stop going after him. What the fuck? Oh, there's more shit. You know what I mean? So it's like, we realize this is like really fucked up shit. But I guess Hasan is cringe. So, I mean, like, I get it. He sucks too. But, like, I don't know. I feel like maybe the sex trafficking rapist guy is probably 1,000 times worse than Hasan Parker, you know?
Drama channels brainwashing the population. It's definitely not Hasan being a colossal piece of shit every single day for practice.
Well, you guys don't care about that because you guys are okay with Andrew Tate. So you obviously don't care about people who are bad. So
particularly several years now. Also, the intellectual crisis is your fans, bro. You have created the intellectual crisis. Oh boy,
I don't know, man. It seems like you're personally giving me an intellectual crisis right now.
Reply here. I think I'm missing something. Can someone tell me why you hate Hasan? Oh, brother. Somebody looked up the series. I don't want to hear the following. A, the dog color thing debunked. Just wasn't. The America Deserved 9/11 thing. Why not? It's pretty relevant that he loves terrorist attacks, supports terrorists. He's an anti-Semite.
Well, that's one of the problems is like, right. So if it was before this, especially the second administration, Trump administration, I would have been like, yeah, what an asshole. But at this point, like, America's so fucked with Trump in charge that, like, I don't think it's improper to say that America is a terrorist country, right? We're going after our own allies, threatening the agency and autonomy of, like, fucking Greenland. And we're sitting here talking, and, like, Trump literally was just like, yeah, I'm gonna genocide a whole civilization on, like, what, Easter? Like, what the fuck? So, you know, yeah, it's pretty fucking crazy, man. There's just a laundry list of different things that he's done, you know, using ICE as a fucking domestic terror arm. There's so many fucking things. So I don't care. I don't care anymore about the shit that he says. You know, it just doesn't matter right now. Hopefully next year we'll have it on or next presidency we can have it on our radar or something that matters. But, you know, then again, also Asmongold is like the worst slop streamer too, objectively. So it's like some of the most heinous fucking harmful things that, you know, are actually reflected by the current administration. So
he's anti-Zionist and an anti-Semite. What else is there? I watch his commentary all the time. Well, that explains a lot. And my values align with his. What is wrong about healthcare for all, calling out PACs, being anti-fascist,
PACs.
and anti-I?
PACs, when you say PACs.
He went to Cuba to help support because he has the means to do so. I just don't get it. 183. Oh my god, you've been ratioed 4 times over. That is diabolical. Hey guys, disingenuous.
Dude, what is this fucking voice he has on? Holy shit.
Regard here. I think I'm...
Yeah, next presidency. We gotta hope there's a next presidency, am I right? We gotta hope we get another Dem in there to fucking save everything. Biden's already saved. I mean, like, not for nothing, Biden and Obama both saved our fucking economy after a Republican ruined it. So
Missing something. Can you give me one good reason other than these perfectly valid and true reasons that you hate this guy? And they've just responded to like every single person. I watch him interact with Kaya, and the way they interact is wholesome. Of course. He kisses his wife, guys. He kisses his wife. How could he possibly beat her? Great logic there. We know you rage baited for engagement. I didn't ask for rage. I asked for more information. Okay, these Hasan bots are getting out of control. They're multiplying now. Anyways, people responded to Hasan, the dog terrorist. That's a new one. Dog terrorist. I mean, he does
This is the Nux Taku accent. What is going on here?
harass innocent civilian dogs, so I guess that may be an accurate label. Is upset that people don't value his dog shit opinions. Where the frick is Sneeko? That's true. He needs to be added to the tier list. Moving on to Hasan.
Yeah, he did say that 12-year-olds can marry fucking like 20-year-olds as long as they look attractive enough, so.
Getting canceled by...
Oh, sorry. He said they're mature enough, according to him. According to him, it's because of his religion, so.
Democrats. Basically, he was criticizing Trump on Twitter, and then people started bringing up clips of how he basically let this entire thing happen. Right, so it all started here. Justin, Iran closes all diplomatic and indirect channels of communication with the US, suspending the exchange of messages, following Trump's threat to K Iran's whole civilization. So Trump tweeted this ominous threat here, a whole civilization.
Ominous threat. It's pretty explicit. I would say that's more of an explicit threat, but okay.
Civilization will die tonight, never to be brought back again. I don't want that to happen, but it probably will. However, we now have complete and total regime change. We're different, smarter, and less...
I wonder if you have like an opinion on this. I'm curious.
Radicalized minds prevail. Maybe something revolutionary wonderful can happen. Who knows? We will find out tonight. One of the most important moments in the long and complex history of the world. 47 years of extortion, corruption, and death will finally end. God bless the great people of Iran. Yeah, now this is a unhinged statement, obviously, because he ends it with God bless the people, and he starts it with a whole civilization will die tonight, which is objectively an insane statement to make. There's plenty of civilians there who are...
Yes, it's a genocidal statement. It's not insane. It's a genocidal statement. Yeah, this is pretty crazy. Anyway, did you know Hasan said a bad thing? Like, was that what we're gonna get?
Are not in the terrorist regime, but I imagine, if I had to guess, this is basically him peacocking, trying to scare them into sort of surrender.
Oh, guys, it's not that big of a deal. He's just peacocking. It's okay if the president of the United States says some wild shit. He's just peacocking. It's just like, wow, interesting. So the president could say some genocidal ass shit, and he's just peacocking. Not a big deal. Why? Why do you accept things like that? Why do you accept things like that from our president?
Or maybe he's that unhinged, right? Regardless, Hasan responds. So Hasan responds, Donald Trump is Adolf Hitler, right? So I think if he does like nuke Iran, I mean, yes, absolutely, he's worse than Hitler because that's 100 million people dead, correct? But that's a big if, right? And
sorry, Donald Trump says he's going to genocide an entire population. And Hasan's like, hey, you're Hitler. And you're like, well, actually, really? Like, really? What are we doing here? What the fuck is this? I don't understand. We're well actuallying that? Like, holy fuck. What are we talking about? What are we doing? What is our world? I don't understand what's happening here.
And I'm assuming these are just words, at least hopefully, or
I'm assuming these are just words. The president of the United States says he's going to genocide an entire civilization. I think these are just words, though. Why would Hasan take those words seriously from our president of our United States of America? Wow, incredible.
World is cooked, right? Also, according to that logic, you can
I think these guys are speedrunning trying to make people like Hasan.
Probably call yourself Hitler as well.
This is what Hasan derangement syndrome looks like, right? It's like it's not when we go, hey, like there's a lot of bad things to criticize when it comes to Hasan. It's like, hey, Hasan called Trump Hitler after he said he was going to genocide a whole population. That's silly. Like, I mean, at this point, Trump can get away with anything. What the fuck?
Considering you said you want all capitalists and landlords dead, which is...
Cool, man. That's so crazy. Was he the president? Is he the president? I don't understand. That's fine. You don't, but the thing is that you don't care about what you're saying, right? Like, that's the problem, is you don't actually care. You're just saying something. Like, you don't like Hasan's. You're saying something. You don't actually care that he said that. You don't care that he said that. Trump saying that he wants to genocide an entire civilization by every objective metric is worse than... whatever the fuck Hasan is saying about landlords and his own mother, because his mother was a landlord. What are you talking about?
Which is also millions of people. Also, we had Destiny, who said he wants all conservatives dead. That's half the United States.
When the fuck did he say that?
So yeah, we just got...
Oh, I guess we're not going to show the clip. Who cares? I mean, did he actually say he wants them all dead? I don't know what we're talking about. Was he in like a raid stream? I wish he would just show it, but I guess we're not going to get that.
3 Hitlers here if we're consistent with that logic. Although, we have to point...
Yeah, two fucking dumbass streamers and the actual president of the United States. These words are all the same.
Now, Hitler did not shock his dog. So obviously Hasan might be worse, right? This is a joke.
Wow, I know it's a joke, but like you actually seem to think that because you won't fucking criticize. This is so weird. This is so pathetic.
For any brain dead Hasan fans watching. Anyway,
Okay.
so then Hasan tweeted this, which is what people are mad about. Democrats, you got something to say about this strong language? Or should we have the 15th Hasan hates Israel and America so we can't have him at our events convo? I love how even when presenting the opposing arguments, he always has to lie, right? Imagine thinking anyone hates Hasan because Hasan hates Israel. Bro, you're just fucking lying now. So anyways, people responded, you freaking piece of shit and a hypocrite. You're just as bad as MAGA. You pander to the left because it's the only way you get support and continue to grift.
He panders to what? Okay, cool, got it.
You didn't vote for Harris, and this is Kamala Harris.
Yes, this is all reasonable criticism. What Trump is doing is objectively worse, just to be clear, though. So it's interesting.
You went against her, and now you dare accuse Dems of not fighting back.
They aren't fighting back. Dems don't really do anything to fight back. They're just kind of like pussyfoot around, right? I think I saw what was it? It's like NBC or something. They were like, how is this going to affect the stock market? It's like, what the fuck are we talking about? He's talking about the clip where Destiny says conservatives should be afraid to say things that they say and behave how they do with fear of consequences versus them getting impunity. Oh, well, then that would make sense. That would make absolute sense.
A joke. Maybe you should have not hated on Democrats for half a decade for millions of people to see, and we wouldn't be in this situation. You alone radicalize enough people not to vote to cause this destruction. F you.
Sure. I guess that's true. Yeah, I would agree with that. Hasan did not actively advocate for people to vote for Kamala Harris because he's a fucking idiot. Sure.
Democrats who got something to say. Meanwhile, this dickhead said the
I
Democrats...
think your better argument could be something along the lines of like, oh, Hasan wanted this to happen. Like he didn't speak up on purpose because he wanted something like this to happen. I think you could make a reasonable argument with that.
would be doing the exact same shit as the Republicans. Someone come collect this clown off the internet. Basically, they're calling him a massive hypocrite because of that one clip going around, right? We got this guy who posted it, and he's quote tweeted Hasan's tweet, and he's posted this.
Democrats, if they were in charge right now, would be doing 100% the exact same thing, 1-to-1. Make no fucking mistake. Anyone who tries to tell you that Kamala Harris will be different is a fucking delusional moron. Do not listen to them.
Right, so that's the classic clip of Hasan admitting that, hey, Democrats would do the exact same thing and bomb Iran as well, and essentially there will be no difference. And now he's going ahead and calling Trump Hitler and saying that, oh my God, we need to stop him.
Well, he can say Trump is Hitler. Like what the fuck? Because that is basically true at this point. Or he's threatening to be like Hitler, I guess. But yeah, he's also a cuck. When it comes to like the statements about the Democrats, yes. I mean, you could break an argument that he wanted this to happen just for the attention, just so that he can like, he can make more money inside the chaos. That's a reasonable argument to make, I think.
When he did nothing about it in the first place. So then we have Hasan's propaganda account who responded, you intentionally cut out the context where he was specifically talking about our support for Israel. And then if we just scroll down, this is a lie.
I really don't think, what the fuck? I really don't think that's true. I don't think that Kamala Harris would have supported Israel in the same way that Trump did. So Trump's talking about giving him like a Netanyahu like a fucking pardon. So
he was talking about bombing Iran.
Even Fuentes admitted that like we wouldn't have done this Iran shit with under Biden, which is obviously directly linked to Israel. Because why are we doing this conflict? Oh, wait, who asked us? Wait, what the fuck?
And they've linked the full context. And here we have the full context. Looks like we've come full circle. You're wrong. The context, Iran foreign policy.
2011, 2013, talking about how like, why aren't we bombing Iran? Why are we not bombing Iran? Asked President Trump if the U.S. was given any heads up ahead of the operation. Heads up. It wasn't a heads up. It was, we know what's going on. POTUS said he spoke with the Israeli Prime Minister Netanyahu yesterday and plans to speak with him again today. So remember this. Remember all the fucking anti-war championing that was coming from dumbass Republicans. I fucking told you that it was all bullshit over and over again. And make no mistake when I say this. Make no mistake.
It's kind of interesting. We just keep like, I don't know, man. Obviously there's plenty of things to criticize with Hasan, but it's like the replaying of the same clips over and over and over again sometimes. And it's like we have like a whole clip collection for the bad things Hasan has done, but then we're hand waving Trump saying he wants to genocide an entire civilization. And then we don't seem to have any of the clips where Asmongold talks about how he likes slavery a lot and thinks Nick Fuentes is great and downplays, child rape in the Epstein files by saying, well, other countries have child marriages, so it's kind of like, oh, I don't really want to talk about it. I love Trump, It's like, what are we doing here? It's interesting that there's no equivalent. I guess somebody on the left needs to make like the equivalent to like the slop market, like anti-Asmongold to like slop market or something. You know, there you go, Frogan. There's your there's your idea. There's your success story.
When I say this, Democrats would do this exact same thing.
Well, what do you know? What do you know? So Hasan directly contributed to so-called the rise of Hitler, right? The supposed Hitler here. And
the guy that just said he wants to genocide a whole civilization. Yeah, let's just not really worry about that too much. Incredible. The fuck?
now he's whining, now he's complaining, and Hasan's shitty propaganda account once again just blatantly lies. This is what I'm talking about. They always go, hey guys, it's out of context. You're just lying about Hasan. And then you show them the context, the full context, and then they're just silent. They're just silent. They have no rebuttal. This is also out of context.
I can kind of understand why Hasan gets so irritated with like these accounts and the lack of support. He doesn't deserve any support from like people on the left, but the lack of support, because Asmongold can say equally, if not worse, fucking things about everybody else. Well, about non-white people, and people still love him and support him on the right. But like Hasan, I mean, Hasan doesn't get that same treatment. So I kind of get it. I kind of understand why he gets pissed off with that double standard there.
Everything is out of context. Incredible. They go around saying that the context that justifies his insane statement was about Gaza, yet in actuality, it was about Iran, and it applies exactly to today's horrors. Absolute cinema. Right, so basically what happened is that Democrats absolutely hate the shit out of Hasan. Republicans hate Hasan. Apolitical people hate Hasan. Who does he got left? Just his cult members here. And the only way he's able to maintain an audience is to spam the word Israel and call everybody Nazis and Hitler. It's a great strategy, I will say. It's just not working at all. Moving on to Asmon Silver. So last time Hasan was crying about the meat canyon video. He's calling him a centrist Andy for daring to make fun of Hasan, of course.
Only if you kiss me.
Oh god, it's so politically it's cringe, but it's funny. It's whatever.
Super hard.
Oh, centrist Andy over here. He's homies with Noel Miller. I'm sure his politics are not as like dog shit as the way he presents it here.
Well, now Asmon has responded, and the dichotomy is insane. He's literally just enjoying it.
That sounded like a pretty reasonable thing to say.
Not taking it as some secret political message or some comparison against him.
Okay.
He's such a fucking...
I've really been downgraded. I have. Look at this. I mean, this was last time. I mean, look how much hair I had last time. Now we're all the way down to this. I mean, geez.
Asmongold's a cool guy because he's taking the joke better, I guess. Okay. I guess that's the limit of like the understanding here is if Hasan takes the joke worse, Asmongold isn't a fucking horrific piece of shit. That's incredible.
Jesus, guys, it's only been a couple of years.
Let me handle this, Mr. Baldy. You guys might not know this, but while our Baltimore
What the fuck? Oh, right, is this editor or something?
sports a pure natural ratsness on his head, the Ottoman here is a complete fraud. His whole hairline is as fake as his socialism larping, and his dick don't work.
I use Propecia, but the thing about Propecia is that it does have a chance of just destroying your dick.
Too much hair? Yeah, I guess so. Accurate room, I'd say. Really? We were just both awful.
You need to make love to me right now.
What the oh my, what a legend. I love Meat Canyon. Anybody getting mad over this? Bro, it's fucking funny. There's no way he's mad about this.
I'm sure his politics are not as like dog shit as the way he presents it here.
Of course.
And is not like, oh, these guys are both the same.
Don't tell me you're about to craft a narrative in your own head and then get mad over it.
I mean, yeah, that's exactly what he did. He took it as this political comparison. He thought he was being compared to Asmongold and XQC, and he took it like super realistically. Like, oh yeah, XQC has one video about him, and I have one video about me. That means he's equating me to XQC, as if I'm as bad as XQC. Meanwhile, XQC's video was an entire segment about him, and Hasan's was just like the small little part. But in Hasan's worldview, basically every single thing is about politics. He's the most miserable man alive. We know this. He completely hates his life. He hates his audience.
He didn't even really take the joke that bad. I don't really understand.
He hates streaming. He hates the left. He hates the woke. You would think I'm making all of that up, but these are words from his mouth.
Oh my fucking god, I hate the left. I hate liberalism.
There we go. We got another clip. Jesus Christ, dude. This is fucking crazy.
I hate everything that's going on every single fucking day of the goddamn week. I hate my life. I hate fucking streaming. I hate socialism. How can I be okay? I hate all of you. I hate the woke. I hate woke. I hate the left. I hate the woke.
Yep, Hasan could take a shit and he would be contemplating the political and economic state of the world right now. Truly the biggest intellectual. So apparently Hasan's Reddit was like super malding over Meat Canyon, despite Hasan pre-warning them going, settle down guys, Meat Canyon's on our side, he's on the left, we don't need to dox him guys, we don't need to ruin his life, oh my god.
Well, were they really saying we don't need to dox him, or are you just kind of making that up?
Come on, please. Yeah, that didn't stop his Reddit, they're still crying about this.
Whenever you get so hyper-focused on like one topic, you'll think that anybody who doesn't have your same level of fixation is like somehow a problem.
Bro, it's crazy. Dude, I don't understand. Asmongold does not stop talking about politics all day. What are you talking about? He does the same thing. You guys. What's so funny is that like Meat Canyon clip is like very centrist. The only difference between Asmongold and Hasan is the fact that Asmongold can be an equally, if not worse, piece of shit than Asmongold can be an equally, if not worse, piece of shit than Hasan, and he gets no criticism from people on the right, but Hasan does get criticism from people on the left, right? You know, that's the only difference. But this guy takes it a step further. They're not even equal. Asmongold's actually a lot cooler. You know, at least Meat Canyon's video, is more on the nose of what the reality of the world is. But like Pegasus is just like, no, I love Asmongold. He's my favorite. He's my favorite streamer ever. He's not a piece of shit at all. Like, like if Asmongold had his way, Pegasus wouldn't even be in this country. Pegasus looks like some fucking brown kid. I don't understand. But I guess he takes jokes pretty well, so it's not a big deal. I don't really fucking understand. Asmongold doesn't be held into purity politics. Yeah, no. Well, he is. He is. You guys don't understand. He is. It's the purity of justifying like rape and child abuse and actual like murder and genocide. That is the purity. Like if you have to be a bad person to be on the right now, right? Like, you know, because what are we doing? Every single time Epstein comes up, he's like, well, I don't have to say anything about that because, like, you know, I know the president probably raped the kid and he won't release the Epstein client list, but guys, did you know that there is child marriage in third world countries and also America? But we're not going to talk about that. It's fucking crazy.
I don't think his politics are anywhere near as like centrist as he presents it in that bit.
As centrist, oh my god. And people on our—
well, it's a political video that Meat Canyon is making, or he's making a political statement, even if it's not like a harsh political statement. So it makes sense to say that.
Our sub are laughing their ass off. Meanwhile, on their sub, they were so mad. Were they really? 200 comments. I fucking hate centrists who act like Hasan and Asmongold are two sides of the same coin. Just some pals watching movies.
Just some pals. Pegasus doesn't live in the U.S. If that's true, that's crazy.
Oh, JonTron, because he said black people commit crime in like a debate with Destiny 10 years ago.
No, JonTron is a race realist that thinks that black people are inferior. It's a little different than the way you're presenting it, but I would expect nothing less from Asmongold.
Very least, dude. Oh my god. Is this—
and he never changed his opinion. So, yeah, cool stuff though.
Real. At the very least, it shows Asmon living in filth. But it's always great to see that we still have the I hate the far right and the far left type. That's because most people do. When did centrist become an insult? Who is it that would get offended by being called a centrist?
I don't know. You should be offended by being called a centrist though. Centrism, like right now, we have people on the right are insane, and people on the left are like not even really that left. Like, what's the farthest left position? Maybe so, like universal healthcare, but not really. What's the farthest right position? Genociding other countries and stealing their resources. Trying to overtake the government. I don't know. It's fucking crazy. Take over other people's countries. Like, I don't know. It's very interesting. It's very interesting.
An extremist. Who is it that would view centrist as a pejorative? An extremist. That's the reason why.
But yeah,
well, no, because we're in the middle of like slightly left and insanely far right. So
I think centrist is not really an insult to any sane person. Being someone neutral or being someone in the middle is—
hey guys, I'm neutral. I'm okay with free healthcare. Also okay with actual abuse of the world. These two things are equal, guys. I'm a really smart guy. I'm smart for staying in the middle.
Is not an insult. It's more like saying that you're aware that both sides have issues and you're actually cognizant of that. And
no, please stop. Stay in Singapore. That's where you're from, right? Shut the fuck up. Both sides have issues. What's the issue on the left? Could you just explain? Please explain the issues that we have here. What's the issues on the left compared to the right? Sorry, Donald Trump. Like you showed something of Trump saying that he wants to genocide a civilization. Please stop. You can't listen to these fucking people. They're all freaks. Like, they are actual freaks. They're fucking brain terminated freaks. They really are. Oh yeah, there's a show on both sides. Which one said that they wanted to genocide an entire civilization? Well, the Democrats, they're kind of gay. Oh, true. Actually, you got me on that one. Democrats are kind of gay, actually. So, those are very equal, I think.
and you're not actually in some sort of an echo chamber, right? But of course,
Okay, if you say so.
being a centrist is a derogatory term for Hasan, right? It's
It is a derogatory term because only a fucking loser would be in the middle of fucking insane and like normal. I don't know what to tell you.
basically being a Nazi and a fascist.
And Hasan is a more radical person on the left, to be honest with you, but I don't care right now because we don't really have room to care about that right now because of how insane people on the right are. And apparently the cum guzzlers on the fucking right are as well. I mean, let's be fucking real. This guy's an actual fucking cuck, so...
You never want to become a centrist right-wing Democrat. There's Democrats, and then there's centrist right-wing Democrats, which is a term Hasan has invented. The bad ones, of course. If you disagree with Hasan, there's the good minorities, and then there's the bad minorities who disagree with Hasan, right? Never ask Hasan what he thinks about black people, or trans people, or even the Cubans, right?
Why do people like this accent? I don't understand it. Why do people like this like fucking like a Nux Taku accent?
Oh, black people care about this. Black people care about that. Like, shut the fuck up. You are fucking cancer, okay?
People responded, Asmon laughed, Hasan raged, and then shocked his dog. The story is never complete without him shocking his dog. The irony of them farming each other while making a parody of them farming each other. You can tell that Meat Canyon was watching the legendary series because, you know, I would constantly bring up that they're in love. Absolute cinema, I'm telling you, everybody loves the show. The fact that his chat was upset that cartoon Hasan was shocking Kaya, but turned a blind eye to when he did it IRL is truly disgusting psychotic behavior. Well, art imitates reality. The talking Chinese dog. It's so funny seeing Hasan pretending so hard not to be mad at this video. He tried really hard. He was trying his best to smile. He was saying cheese in his head super loud, but eventually he had to admit he was super annoyed. Kaya screaming orange chicken in Chinese gets me every time. Battle of the hairlines. Battle of the chemicals. Hasan is mad because his secret love for Asmon is being aired in front of the planet. Too late on that one, already got to it. Hasan, Meat Canyon's doing a both sides thing as politics are regarded. Asmon, dude, I'm balder than before. Moving on to Asmongold getting banned on Twitch. That's right, he has received a 1-week ban. Asmongold banned on Twitch, looking very distraught. Obviously, we've got Asmongold's friggin' tech tone going. Can't wait.
Well, at least he got that right. He is that is Frogan. That is the Frogan of the Hasan's or the Asmongold sphere.
To see the Hasan F-slur squad celebrating like this does anything at all. We got the classic meme of Hitler dead. Twitch bans Asmon for playing I'm Jesus on Easter weekend, but Hasan can sim for terrorists and call veterans. Enjoy your PTSD with 0 consequences. Clown world platform, free the Roach King, kick arc incoming. We'll get to the reason in a second. This is not accurate. Right, so Asmon responds, reveals the reason for the week-long Twitch ban, claims he did not break TOS. He tweets, banned for an entire week because I said I don't give a F.
Yeah, it was a lot more than that. He refers to people in third world countries as like less than. I don't know what else to tell you. And he agrees with all their politics. Like he's anti-woman, gay, trans, etc. He's like pro fucking dictatorship. You could say no, he's not, but he supports people like Nick Fuentes and Donald Trump. So I don't know what else to tell you. So yeah. And then even in the video, he's like, "Yo, there's so many other things I could have gotten banned for. I don't know why this was one." He knows what he's doing, and that's the reason why he won't stream on YouTube, because he knows that like he would get banned because he says dumbass shit. That's why he streams on Twitch and then sanitizes his stuff to post on YouTube. Yes, that is a good way to put it. Left versus right now is if you'd rather pee your pants versus have violent diarrhea. Very true.
About the opinions of illiterate, quote, third worlders. Would someone be banned for saying they don't care about what an American's opinion is on the Middle East? Of course.
It's just so funny because like this is like the same thing that he does with his YouTube, right? He streams on Twitch. He says some like provocative shit that he knows would get him in trouble on YouTube. Then he sanitizes it and puts it on YouTube, right? That's what he has his editor for. That's the strategy there. And then what did he do? He got banned, and then he did the same thing except on Twitch. Except on Twitter. Oh shit! Who would have thought he would do that?
Of course not. Blatant double standard.
Guys, it wasn't a big deal.
I didn't break TOS. Right, so he later clarifies in a video that he's specifically talking about people with certain opinions about child marriage or people falling for AI videos, and he's not.
Wow, the fucking child marriage AI video guy criticizing these things are so funny. This guy doesn't give a fuck about child marriage. He doesn't give a fuck about children getting harmed. What are we talking about? This is all a virtue signal. Like, it's like you have to be, like, fucking, like, a pedophile acceptor to be in MAGA right now. It's actually insane.
Referring to everyone from a third world country. But yeah, he probably shouldn't have said that. That's not very woke, obviously. It's more edgy than usual. It's not, like, the worst thing, like, you know, Hasan calling for murder, obviously. But
On who? Rick Scott? The guy who defrauded our Medicare and Medicaid systems? I mean, like, Rick, no, you shouldn't call for murder for anybody, but I don't know why you guys are pretending like you give a fuck about that.
I can totally understand why you would be banned for this, right? Because it doesn't sound very good to advertisers.
Pretty sure he's like the richest congressperson too. Why the fuck would I care about a millionaire congressperson who made their money off of like harming people? Oh. pretty sure it's Rick Scott. Yeah, Rick Scott is the richest member of Congress. Okay, got it.
Who would want to maintain their PR. So I don't even necessarily disagree with this ban, but I think most people are concerned with the hypocrisy here, right? Because it's really rules for thee, but not for me.
Twitch actually has stricter speech rules than YouTube. I don't think that's true. I genuinely just disagree with you. You saying that is fine, but I disagree with you. Well, that's a good point. YouTube would stop the botting much easier than Twitch. That might be true. But like Twitch is much more like you can get away with a lot more on Twitch than you can on YouTube. He's a massive streamer on Twitch. I guarantee you that he gets away with more shit on there because of that.
And as a platform, you do need to point to a specific TOS that was violated. I'm guessing it's sort of like general hateful conduct. Not like Twitch really needs a reason or cares what's in the rules. They just sort of spin a wheel, really. People responded, so Dog Zapper says that he hopes that a vet has PTSD against TOS, wants the missing U.S. Marine to die or be tortured against TOS. I don't think he explicitly said this, but he did say that thing about the Hannibal Directive. And he also said the U.S. Military belongs in prison. Says 9/11 was deserved against TOS, but Asmon is the one punished. Okay. I think they just got to be consistent, right? If you're going to ban Asmongold, go ahead. But you have to also ban Hasan.
Sure, go for it. The problem is that if they did that, you would have a meltdown about Asmongold getting banned. That's the reality of the situation. You guys love Asmongold and you pretend like you don't.
A few examples of TOS Hasan broke. Animal harm, harassment, hate speech, glorification, support of terrorism. Hasan just lost 70% of his content. So anyways, Asmon responded in a video explaining the whole thing, and he claims that he was talking about Afghanistan, and he basically says that he's not talking about everyone in certain countries, but specifically people who have interesting practices like child marriage or whatever, or not very good opinions.
The only reason he brings up child marriage now is because that's his new talking point against why he doesn't have to talk about Jeffrey Epstein and Trump's like relationship with like being best friends for 15 years and him not releasing the client list. That's the only reason he brings it up. Asmongold has never brought up child marriage before in his entire life until he needed a new talking point to defend Trump. That's it. Like you guys are so fucking dumb. You don't like understand these things. It's actually insane.
So he basically ends up doubling down.
This is the problem with these people who are fans of Asmongold is they're incredibly fucking stupid. They're like some of the stupidest people in the entire world. So they see an Asmongold have a take, and the same thing with Hasan fans, but they see Asmongold have a take, and then that is literally the only take. Like it doesn't matter, no pretext, no context matters. So he's like, Asmongold says child marriage bad. Oh, fuck, he's so base. But it's like, yeah, why is he saying that? We know it's bad. Why is he saying that? Oh, because that's what he says in response to being like, yo, why isn't Trump releasing the client list? Well, I don't have to care about Trump probably being a pedophile because there's child marriage in Iran. That's it. But they don't look at it like that. They don't go like, yo, this guy's disgusting. He's weaponizing the abuse of children to justify not talking about the abuse of children. That's what he's doing there. It's very obvious and transparent, but these people don't get it because they're just fucking one-dimensional morons. They don't understand anything.
Now, keep in mind from the video, there's no proof that it was actually because of this. I don't know if this is a guess or if they actually told him the reason.
So, I got suspended last night on Twitch. I end my stream, and I come back from the gas station, and I get a message, and somebody says, why can't I chat in your stream? And I'm like, well, I don't know what happened. And I look, and I get a message, and it says that my account has been suspended for 7 days because of hateful conduct. So, this is what I did. This is what I said. I said that I didn't give a fuck about the opinions of third worlders, and then...
You know, Pegasus is like, yes, he's so cool. You know, that's what he's like, yes, he's such a cool guy. Yes, I love this guy. He's so based.
And particularly in the thing that they referenced, I was
standing up to diversity, to oppression. Excuse me. Let me say the right thing.
Referring to illiterate goat herders from Afghanistan.
Yeah, see, there you go. Calling people illiterate goat herders is basically like calling them a slur, especially when you look like an illiterate goat herder and you act like one. Right? that is quite literally derogatory language.
And again, the way this looks out in the public is not a United States.
The opinions of third worlders don't matter. Like, I don't care what some illiterate goat herder thinks in Afghanistan.
There you go. Calling them illiterate goat herders is why he got banned. Wow, who would have thought? What a hot take.
It doesn't matter.
In the context of those people believing AI-generated videos about Iran winning the war and nuking Israel off the map.
I just love this. The MAGA is the biggest consumer of fucking AI slop believing it's real. And he's like, these people are so dumb.
Gentlemen, I would like to confirm that I am 100% right, and you don't either. Okay. And neither do they, because if...
And you don't either. Does that make sense?
Twitch cares about their opinions, why don't they apply Afghanistan's opinions to women?
Yeah, that makes so much sense. Asmongold, who doesn't care if women lose their rights. Loves Nick Fuentes and fucking Trump, the ones actively trying to take away their rights. They don't care.
Women on Twitch. That would be interesting, wouldn't it?
All right, let's just read that. Since regaining power, the Taliban has implemented a system of systematic oppression against women, widely described as gender apartheid. Over 70 decrees have effectively erased women from public life, banning education about the 6th grade, barring most employment, restricting movement without a male guardian, and imposing strict dress codes. Well, Hasan would probably love this, of course. Bro.
MAGA would love all of this. What are you talking about? Like they want to bring back a religious extremism, which wants to do all of these things. All right, I'm just dying.
No tips.
Old enough to count, old enough to mount? Question
Whoa.
Anyways, I feel like this
Wait, another old clip. What the fuck would we expected that? What the hell?
is one of those things where it's probably the wording that got him banned. Usually, from what I gather, third world is used in a derogatory context, right?
Oh, really? The third world? It's not the goat herder thing? Okay, got it.
And it's also used in like racist or xenophobic ways. This is basically an instance of charged politics, so to speak, where you try to make a point and you end up sounding way more edgy than you wanted. And it looks like, oh, you hate a whole group of people, right?
Oh, yeah. The guy who goes on Twitter and constantly baits for edgy material has just accidentally said it, accidentally called all people in Afghanistan or Iran or whatever fucking third world goat herders. Total oopsie poopsie moment. Okay. This guy's a fucking loser.
Now, if you don't know him at all and you watch the clip, I mean, it's perfectly reasonable to be like, oh, yeah, well, I don't like this guy. Personally, I think the ban is fine. I actually have no problem with the ban.
Wow, I'm actually surprised with that one.
It makes perfect sense in like an advertiser sense if you think about it.
It makes perfect sense in an everything sense, yes.
Logically, except that this is Twitch, and they're the most inconsistent fucking worms to ever exist. So if you ban Asmon, I want to see a permaban on Hasan, right? If you ban Hasan, then you can do whatever the fuck you want. But if you're not gonna pull that switch, then don't act like you care about like racism or, you know, people being edgy or anything like that, because it's just not.
They literally just banned Hasan. What do you like? This is what you talk about. What the fuck are you talking about? They literally just banned Hasan for saying something negative about fucking Israel. I'm pretty sure Hasan said he said Zionist pigs, and he got banned for it. I think he called them Zionist pigs, and he got banned for that, which he deserves. So they are applying the standard equally. What are you talking about? He said Zionist pig dogs. You guys keep saying inbred. He said that before too, but he said Zionist pig dog, and they banned him for that. So they are keeping it consistent. What? I think it was a week ban and they might have lifted it after 3 days. I don't really remember exactly. But like you guys are just like pretending. They were pretending that they're not trying to apply their rules equally here. So what are we talking about, you know?
Accurate. You're clearly selectively enforcing it. So then he says
they're not, right? Like if you ignore the fact that they just banned the guy in January for saying Zionist pig dog, then yeah, what you're saying is correct if you just ignore the reality of the world. But if you acknowledge the reality of the world, they are applying it correctly. There's no hypocrisy here.
He's not sorry, and he's doubling down, right? And he points out the sort of hypocrisy where you can sort of say anything about other groups of people, like Americans or white people.
It's just so funny, dude. Holy fuck.
Nobody cares. I'm not sorry. I'm right. I said nothing wrong, and nothing I said was against the terms of service.
Well, you know that it was. Okay, we already know that this guy called Iranian people fucking third world goat herders, or whatever the fuck he said.
Beyond that, do you even imagine a world where somebody that says that they don't care about what a fat American thinks about the Middle East? Can you
I think that fat American is probably a little bit different than what you said, bud.
Imagine that this person ever gets suspended? Of course not.
He has some
Those aren't the same thing, but
woke qualities, but he's nowhere near as woke as Francis. Francis was a socialist. This motherfucker is an American. And I think Americans are gross. Americans do not have a understanding of the world. America-fying anything is going to be bad.
He's an American, so he's obviously going to be able to get away with saying something like this. Because what the fuck? Oh, this stupid ass fucking animation just fucked me.
Americans have a very limited understanding of the universe.
And so why am I getting suspended? It's more third worldist morality logic inversion that basically is being used to silence me for an entire week.
Yeah, I mean, hard to argue with that. Hasan
It's incredibly easy to argue with that, but okay.
specifically said that an entire country's people are gross, right? Now, it's a sort of normalized language because it's Americans there. So,
Yeah, and he is American, yes. It is normalized. Okay.
if you replaced Americans with another group, then yeah, it definitely sounds like a racist statement for sure. Oh, guys, they're all gross, right?
Yeah, and if I replace sweat with pee, it's really bad that I sweat myself after the gym, right? So I don't understand, like, what are we talking about?
And then it sounds like something you'd read on Twitter. So basically the argument here is that, oh, it's normalized towards one group because it's baked into the regular dialect, right? Which is a fair point. You know, a famous...
Not really. He didn't call Americans a slur, but then also, he is an American. As much as I don't like him, it's not the same thing as calling other country a bunch of, like, goat herders and being racist. I don't understand.
man once said,
either all of them are okay or none of them are okay.
Thank
Wow, that's a really dumb argument. Thank you for highlighting that.
you, iDubbbz, very woke. So then he talks about how he apparently didn't violate any TOS.
I immediately went from that all the way to a 7-day suspension immediately. Why would this happen? What is the reason for it?
Probably racism.
I have no idea. Is it because they don't like what I'm saying? It has to be, because it's certainly not because what I'm saying is against the terms of service. I looked at the terms of service. Yes, using nationality is a protected group, but I was not talking about them being disregarded because of nationality. I was talking about them being disregarded because of the fact that they're watching literal AI-generated videos and then
MAGA does this.
believing a false narrative.
That's what MAGA does too.
And the video's context was about, would you
Wow, incredible. Let's just recap what he said.
and
Again, the way this looks out in the public is not a United States.
The opinions of third worlders don't matter. Like, I don't care what some illiterate goat herder thinks in Afghanistan.
There you go. That's why he got banned. He's calling all people in Afghanistan goat herders. That is racist. I don't know what else to tell you. Xenophobic, whatever. But okay.
rather be having likes on Twitter or having your entire Navy not destroyed?
Do you think that the Iranians would rather have their entire Navy back or their memes?
Oh,
Yeah, listen, it's definitely skating the line, that's for sure. I don't think his intention is to be, racist or anything like that.
Oh, really? You don't? Well, you're a fucking moron. Why? Good job. The guy who says racist things constantly. He literally thinks that America should be a white country. You don't think he has any intention of saying racist shit? Oh, okay. Wait, what? That's incredible. Okay, I'm fucking bad.
But when you look at the context, it does make it better. Unlike the Hasan clips, when you pull up the
The context makes it better? What are you talking? Just what?
context, and it's actually 10 times worse, right?
What are you talking about? You guys are dude, these people are fucking unhinged freaks. There's just such fucking freaks, dude. What are you talking about? If you want to say they're both equally bad shit, be my guest. But it's like, yeah, Hasan says some bad stuff, and then all the context makes it look worse. Asmongold says that, like, all brown people are disgusting, and Afghanistan, people in Afghanistan are all a bunch of fucking goat herders. And, like, the context actually makes him look really good. What are you talking about, bro? What is wrong with you? You have a fucking mental disorder? Like, what are we doing here? What?
I don't know, this might be a Twitch employee with a grudge or something. Asmon claims to have good relations with the Twitch employees, but I'm sure there's way more that also don't like him, considering they were singing Hasan happy birthday. I mean, I don't think anybody in that room fucking likes you. There's just no
God, the happy birthday clip, guys. We had the next clip.
way, right? So then he tries to clarify his statements that he's not talking about anyone in a third world country, and he's talking about the, I guess, questionable criminals.
And whenever I talk about third worlders and third worldism, I'm not even really talking about a geography, I'm talking about an ideology.
This is the same thing that people say about the N-word. This is what white people use to justify calling black people the N-word. Well, I'm not talking about all of them, just the bad ones. That's what he's doing here. He's doing the meme.
And that ideology is the idea that disrespect should be met with violence, the
This is what MAGA likes to do.
idea that, crime, dysfunction, discord, and chaos in society should be expected. They're part and parcel of living in a modern city, and having people,
Me when I say everything, like, that's what MAGA likes and says. What the fuck? Holy fuck.
well, you can't say certain things because they might offend people, or they'll make them mad. The idea that getting angry about something is a justification to break the law. This is what I'm really talking about with third worldism. Things that
Oh, so MAGA? Is that what we're talking about?
the Greek Senate, or the Greeks, the Romans, we figured this out in Western society, in Western culture. We've realized that you can't.
Have we? Didn't we get a whole pardon for J6ers? Didn't that happen? Aren't we threatening to attack and genocide other civilizations? What are we talking about here? What?
Can't run a society whenever you have people that act this way, and it's actually a good thing to not
Yeah, we should get rid of MAGA out of society. I agree.
have a bunch of crazy fent zombies on the street. It's actually a good thing to have people that aren't living on the sidewalk. It's actually a good thing to have a civilized discussion that doesn't resort to violence whenever you hear
Does this guy run away from, like, discussions all the time? What are we talking about?
something that makes you angry. If Twitch thinks Afghanistan has such great opinions that should be listened to,
This guy just was racist to the entirety of the Middle East because he didn't like what they had to say. What is he talking about?
maybe they should apply Afghanistan's opinions to women on Twitch.
I bet you'd love that, huh?
How about that? But they won't, because they also agree with me too. I just was the one that said it, but everybody thinks this. And I have nothing, by the way. Oh, I said illiterate. They have 37% literacy. Flip a coin, I'm right. So the point is that really, they all do agree with me. Everybody agrees with me on.
Oh yeah, I remember he also justified like all people with like low. This is the same guy who thinks that they have the lower literacy rate because and it's inherent, and has nothing to do with like an environmental factor. That's another beautiful one. We remember watching that Birdman video. So it's just like a lot of beautiful things going on here. We love it. Oh fuck, I'm dead.
This, and if you're a guy from Afghanistan, you're watching. I don't know. I'm sure we've got a number of them. We've got a lot of people that watch the show.
I'm sure.
Listen, man. I'm not talking about you, but you know that there's some idiots in your country that are morons. I'm talking about them. And by the way, we have those same third worldists. We have those same fucking retards in America.
Yes, of course, the Suez of New York City. But yeah, I imagine most people responding to this will take whatever conclusion they want. So if
I'm just gonna take the actual accurate conclusion because I'm not a fucking like a baby like you are. That's the conclusion I'm going to come to.
you're an Asmon fan, you're going to be like, well, obviously he's referring to the criminals. If you're a
Really? When he just calls people in Afghanistan third world fucking like goat herders, he's obviously talking about the bad ones. Gotcha, dude. Holy fuck, dude. These fucking pick me. Dude, it's fucking crazy. Does this guy not understand that like Asmongold's worldview, this guy would like not be able to like speak or talk at all in America? Asmongold wants a white nation. What the fuck are we talking about? He said it before. He thinks that white men are getting disenfranchised. White mailmen. It's like Erica Kirk, dude. It's fucking ridiculous.
Hasan fan, well, he's just being racist. I think a good rule of thumb is to not make super like edgy general statements about it. I think that's totally valid criticism because it encourages more sort of extremist views, let's just say. But I think this hasn't come from nowhere, right? A lot of people are sort of fed up of the culture.
It's just it's so funny that like, in this video we acknowledge like nobody really likes Hasan that much on like the left or the right, but Asmongold's like universally loved on the right, and we're still not understanding the issue here. we still aren't getting it, you know.
Sort of accepts and nurtures criminals. This is kind of like a new age American thing, more of a California, New York type thing where you have all these criminals sort of running around, right? And they're blatantly out there in plain view.
Dude, I think January 6th never happened. We didn't fucking pardon a bunch of fucking pedophiles that were rearrested for pedophilia. Okay.
And nobody punishes them.
Okay, if you say so. Donald Trump is a literal criminal. Literally, Donald Trump is in the Epstein list and won't release the client list. What are we talking about? You guys are like, I think you guys have brainworms. I think you just make things up.
People let out of prison like 10, 12 times, which is just something that doesn't happen in actually competent places, right? And then
okay, I don't know how to talk to these people. They just forgot that January 6th happened or that Donald Trump is an actual fucking rapist. But okay.
They end up doing worse shit. Everything just gets worse. Everybody gets fed up. And then we have people who start generalizing. They do some pattern recognition, which, you know, starts inching closer and closer to what you call racism, right? And then some people take it even way too far and they actually do turn racist, which is unfortunate. That is like an even more dicey thing that happens.
I like how you're very sympathetic to the racists for turning racist. It's incredible.
So yeah, obviously, whenever you talk about these topics, yes, you want to say the truth, right? You want to say it how it is, but you also want to say it in a tasteful manner that isn't, you know, kind of cook you online or get you banned on certain platforms. So then he says that, yeah, he's probably going to tone it down if they tell him to because he doesn't want to get banned. And this is ultimately what everybody eventually has to do.
You know, these people talk about the Epstein files. They have their own Epstein files. It's called the marriage records. It's called Tuesday. They have child marriage. It's legal.
There it is. He doesn't care. He does not care about Donald Trump probably being a pedophile. There we go. Only time he brings up that. He likes Sneeko, who believes in child marriage. He likes him. He's actively said he likes Sneeko. He's actively said that. But, you know what? Right now, child marriage is bad because we got to defend Trump. That's how Asmongold acts. What the fuck? Oh, shit. I didn't think you would do that again.
I don't want to have that here. I don't want to have anything to do with that here. So all that being said, I don't want to go through and talk about that too much. What am I going to do? And just very clearly, by the way, I was very surprised by this. I was very surprised by this suspension. I thought it was going to be for like 20 of the other things that I said, right? I mean, I thought it'd be for like, you know, I don't want to give them any ideas because I did submit an appeal. I submitted an appeal and, you know, I told them like, and the thing is that if they tell me you can't refer to third worlders in a derogatory context, I hate to say it, you know, I don't take off my shoes whenever I...
Hey guys, if they tell me I should stop being racist, I think I will. I like how he's like, I didn't do anything that violates TOS, but if they tell me to stop being derogatory towards another culture, I guess I'll do that. Oh, okay. So you know what you're doing? Okay.
I walk in my own house. Somebody else asks me to walk in their house. They tell me to take off my shoes. I do it. I'm not in my own house. I will follow Twitch's terms of service begrudgingly, and you guys will know that I absolutely do not agree with it.
Yeah, basically this is what you should be doing, right? A lot of people have this thing of like, they want to die on this hill of, I'm never going to be censored at all. Yeah, congratulations. Then you're just never going to have a career, all right? You're never going to be on any platform, because at the end of the day,
he just missed that whole thing where Asmongold admitted he was being derogatory.
You got to play by the rules. Now, the rules might be stupid. The rules might make no sense at all, but the fact of the matter is you are not the game master, right? If YouTube puts out a policy tomorrow, you cannot make Hasan videos. I'm going to be like, first I'm going to have a withdrawal because...
Well, you're just not going to have a channel anymore.
Come on. Like, I've been doing this for quite a while. All right, I'm practically addicted. Second off,
I think that that's like an actual... yes, I think that that's true. I think that's the only honest thing you said in this video is that you were addicted to making Hasan hate videos. And I guess, like, throating Asmongold's like weird witch finger penis.
I'm probably going to throw a tantrum, and then I'm going to, at the end of the day, I'm going to comply and stop making Hasan videos, right? Now, that would be a bogus rule, obviously, and nobody's going to put that out there, luckily. But it just goes to show the kind of like monopoly and control they basically have, right? An individual creator is not going to sacrifice their entire career just to, you know, be free or speak exactly how they want to. You try to get around it. For example, when I call people ray guns, you know, you gotta, you know, you still get the message across, but you do it in a more tasteful manner.
I have no idea what you're talking about. It's
very tasteful, obviously. Also, I think a bigger issue with these things is that they are streamers, right? Both Hasan, both Asmongold, all these people, they are talking unedited live for all this time, and they're gonna say some unhinged, batshit crazy stuff, and they deserve to be criticized for it, right? Unlike us YouTubers who, you know, we can edit some stuff out, okay?
Well, you're not a streamer, I don't think, so I don't know why you're talking like that. Like, yes, I agree with the first half, but like, you're not a streamer, so like, you're not gonna, you're able to make to like edit stuff down that would be considered edgy. So it's like kind of different. Doesn't even matter, but okay. Saying the R slur, oh, okay.
I will say, you know, I might have said some weird shit, but you'll never see it. You'll never see it. Hopefully. Then he says that Twitch should apologize to him, right? And this is just delusional.
The reality that I do try a very good amount to try to control what I say, to make sure that what I say does not break the terms of service. And I try to say what I say with a degree of, you know, like, I guess, like I'm thinking about what I'm saying, right? I'm not just, you know, going...
I don't think you are.
Extemporaneously right off the cuff. I mean, to an extent I am, but I'm editing it in my mind to make sure that I don't say anything that would get me in trouble on Twitch. So when I said this, I didn't think I said anything wrong. And by reading the TOS, I don't think the TOS says that I said anything wrong. And the reality is that if you applied the reason why I got suspended to anybody applying the same type of language against Westerners, against Americans, against anybody in a developed country, you know that not only would it not be banned, it would probably be celebrated. So I think this is a...
What's the comparison to you saying people in Afghanistan are goat herders? Like, what's the comparison there? I'm just curious about it. Like, what's the argument? I want to know what the argument is. Like, what if you said anything comparable? Like what? Like, what's the comparison? Like, what do we got here? What are we talking about? Sounds like we're just kind of living in a fantasy world. Like, what is the comparison? I don't understand.
A massive double standard. It's completely unfair. I was
calling the entirety of a country like a goat herders. What is that comparison there?
Fairly targeted. I'm not sorry for any of it. And I'll be waiting for Twitch's apology for unbanning me. And if it takes them a couple of days, that's fine. If it takes them an entire week, I guess I'll have to finish Crimson Desert. But the reality is that I did nothing wrong. I did nothing wrong. I regret nothing. Many people say I did
nothing wrong. I did literally admit that I said something derogatory towards all of Afghanistan, but I didn't do anything wrong.
Things that are a lot worse than what I say, and nothing ever happens to them. And I think it was totally unfair that something happened to me.
Yeah, I mean, you are smoking straight crack if you think Twitch is going to apologize to Asmongold. Yeah, not in a million years, right? I might believe this would happen, you know, if a ghost appears in front of me, if aliens start landing on Earth, if Caseytron stops saying the word incel, if Hasan stops saying the word Israel, then maybe it's a possibility. But none of that shit is happening. If I had to guess, they're probably going to keep the 7-day ban, right? Maybe reduce it if there's a massive uproar about this whole thing. But yeah, expecting them to be consistent or actually take accountability for this, I mean, there's only one thing you could possibly do.
Again, we acknowledge they banned Hasan for saying Zionist pig dog. So they are keeping it consistent. But okay.
You could possibly bribe DJ Dan Clancy with some ego. You know, maybe call up your friend Emiru and...
I can't. I don't get this fucking accent. I don't get the Taku accent. What is wrong with these people?
Present her to Dan Clancy as an offering. Be like, okay, take this ego and unban me. He will be like, you know what? You're promoted to staff. You're promoted to staff.
It's like a weird insult to Emiru. What's happening here?
People responded, yet the dog zapper is totally fine. And this is a problem what happens when you don't enforce TOS properly. People are always going to bring up your past mistakes. I regret nothing based. Meanwhile, Hasan let their guts spill, let the streets run red. Electrocute a dog, nothing happens, tell the truth, banned for a week. Hasan, K everybody, K everybody. Isn't he so cute? Anyway, so Hasan responds, obviously. We don't even know which clip did him in because there was no mass reporting campaign like the ones you see before I get banned. It could also be any number of statements Asmongold makes on a daily basis that absolutely violates Twitch TOS. Please give the examples. Racist, morally repugnant, Trump drone. Yeah, I mean, you're free to think that, except you are also a pretty fucking racist if I had to say, in my opinion.
Fuck this South Vietnamese motherfucking whatever. Like, why don't you go back and live in South Vietnam in the same conditions?
Yeah, so the replies are just cooking him. Self-admitted propagandist anchor baby, hair transplant, steroid use chump, repugnant commie drone. Bro, you have at least 100 perma-bannable offenses. Yeah, my manifestation has taken a while. Don't y'all two got a makeout session to attend to? That is another possibility, right? Maybe this was all planned, you know? But then Hasan would have to be banned too. It's interesting because Asmon will sometimes defend Hasan and said he shouldn't have been banned or defend him on other issues. He really shouldn't. Hasan can't wait to try and shit on him. I think he does it because he wants to be defended back, but he's just never going to return the favor. There's a real difference in character here. Now click this video to get permabanned on Twitch. That's a dub. We ain't using that dog shit website. Okay, thanks for watching. Bye-bye.
Wow, that was an actual awful dog shit fucking video. Incredible. Happy it's over.